Workin Moms is in its 4th season, but are people just now starting to care about it? We can only hope so. Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I cover all things entertainment from movies to TV to streaming. Whatever you're watching, I'm making videos about. Workin Moms is a Canadian comedy series now streaming on Netflix. It follows a group of working mothers in Toronto who juggle the challenges of work, family, friends, and life. I included this show in a video I did on underrated Netflix originals I did a few months back. It's pre-microphone, really terrible audio, so I don't blame you if you can't get through it. But if you are looking for more recommendations of shows like this, check that out. But when I made that video, I'd only watched season 1 of Workin Moms, and with season 4 coming, I knew I had a lot to catch up on. And yeah, I spent a good week binging seasons 2 through 4. I know, I have a problem, I'm medicating. And just last week I saw that Workin Moms was trending on Netflix's top 10. It was like number 6 or something. But for the 4th season of a show to hit the top 10 of all of Netflix at any point, I was like, yep, this gives me an excuse to talk about it. Now, if you haven't already watched Workin Moms, then I'm definitely going to convince you to, but I'm going to be talking season 4, and I don't want to spoil anything from seasons 1 through 3, so definitely just go watch it if you haven't already. Basically, Workin Moms does exactly what a comedy should do. It works solidly enough as a drama in that the characters have realistic problems and challenges to work their way through, and it's hilarious the entire time. I think I talked about this in my review for Upload, and if I didn't, then I should have, but what a comedy should do is create a world that you want to return to over and over again with your interesting characters that you just want to hang out with. The reason that we return to shows like The Office or Friends or insert comedy here is that you know what you're getting. You're going to hang out in the apartment with your 6 friends. You're going to hang out with the office full of wackos. You know what you're getting. And that's what you want out of the show. Clearly, I had no problem hanging out in the world of Workin Moms for a solid week. And by the end of it, I just wanted more to binge. Now, if you just like your shows to be salacious as fuck and to have all kinds of shit slinging all over the place for the sake of it, maybe watch Real Housewives of anything. But if you like shows that are just realistically good, then continue. One thing that I genuinely just can't stand with most basic TV shows is that they're constantly full of scenes where characters get together to specifically talk about something that the writers need to be able to move the story forward, and it just doesn't really feel realistic at all. And in a show that's about working mothers who have tons of shit on their plate, I love the way that the characters interact in this show. It feels real. I personally would love if all of my friends could just drop whatever they're doing and take me to get burritos every time I stub my toe, but that's not how life works. I personally am never going to be a mother, I don't think, within my lifetime, and yet I'm still fully invested in all of these characters' lives. Now let's get into season 4. If you haven't already made it this far, well, I'm so sorry. It's time for you to go. I'm just happy that we are this far into this series and it is still this good. You know how many shows have a good season 4? None! Katherine Reitman is absolutely fantastic as our main character, Kate. She created the show, and personally, I think that the best episodes are written and directed by her. I had no idea that she's the daughter of Ivan Reitman, who directed many comedy classics like the original Ghostbusters, and she's the sister of Jason Reitman, who has also done a ton of stuff I love, like Juno and Young Adult, and, you know, the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out next year. Clearly, Katherine Reitman is the underrated talent of the family, because she does such a good job from the writing, directing, to the acting especially. She just owns this role. Oh, perfect. My neighbor is vacuuming because she didn't vacuum last night at 2 a.m. Perfect. I love where Kate is in this show. She has her own PR firm set up. She's established, but she isn't uber successful. Again, I feel like it's still realistic. There's still room for Kate to grow, but she's also killing it. And I have to say that I really liked the way that they handled the whole cheating husband storyline, because honestly, in all of these instances, I am totally the Anne. I will get to that. I am so an Anne. But I think it really works the way that Kate and Nathan work things out and stay together, because I just learned that the actor Philip Sternberg, who plays Nathan, is Katherine Reitman's real-life husband. No wonder the chemistry is so damn good. That's another thing where so often you can see creators or directors cast their spouses in things and you're just like, That's convenient. But their on-screen chemistry is so good that I'm like, yes, stay together. I want to see you guys work this out. I'm into this. Frankie has always been the loose cannon of the show. She's a bit off her rocker, and that's what's fun about her. But I like where her character is at this point in the series, because she's now a real estate agent. She's found success. She's living with her girlfriend, and they both have kids. But the one thing that I don't care for is the way that the character Juniper is living with them. It's just weird because Frankie and Juniper slept together, and Juniper is like 20 years old, so it's weird. I don't care for that. I don't love it, but still, this show somehow manages to make it work. It's like, oh, here's their quirky little home life. Isn't it silly but fun? It is! And there's Anne, my favorite, my personal favorite Anne. If you're one of those people that chooses a character from a show where you're like, I'm a Carrie, I'm a Samantha, I'm an Anne. She has a really good storyline this season because she's writing a book about parenting while also dealing with her little shit teenage daughter who's going off the rails. It sets up plenty of situational comedy, but it also is a really solid storyline for Anne that adds depth to her character. So often we see the doctor character. They're a doctor, they're a psychologist, they have it all together. And I've never related to Anne more than ever because she's sitting there going, do I fucking know anything? Shit. The show mostly follows on those three women, but there's also Jenny, who I don't care for because Jenny's a selfish bitch. In fact, I actually really preferred it in season 2 when they focused on her ex Ian instead. But this is Workin Moms, and the actress does such a good job of selling the role and just being plain funny that I can't help but kind of get into Jenny. But the thing about her that I like is just, again, that this show, it commits to the character. It commits to being like, yep, that's Jenny. We're not going to make her all of a sudden like, oh, I had a baby and then like I found Jesus and like I love myself now. No, she's a bitch, and that's Jenny's thing. And it's just fun the way that it makes no excuses for her. That's Jenny. This is her life. So if you're a bitchy mom, you do have that one character that you get to look to as your role model. Jenny actually has a good storyline this season. I know many will just break it down to woke politics, but I think it solidly adds layers to her character because she's still her, but she's also navigating the world in her own way. And her banter with that guy from the park, that stuff was funny. It was cute. More of that, please. Workin Moms is just a damn good show. It's one of those shows where you feel like you're hanging out with your friends while watching it, which is funny because I'm constantly trying to get my friends to not have babies, yet here I am. Honestly, I think it's only getting better. So if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I don't want to dive into the show with all of this content, all of these hours to watch through, only for it to like turn to shit at one point, not my thing. Trust me, Workin Moms is one of the most consistently good shows I have ever seen. So if you're looking for something to watch, that's 4 seasons of good stuff to go through. You're welcome. Personally, this is what I suggest. This is the kind of show to have right there in that back burner when you get home from work, sit down, put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of wine, pour yourself a bottle of wine, shit, and get to binging. Because trust me, it's better than watching your favorite episode of Friends for the 534th time. My only real problem with season 4 of Workin Moms is that there just aren't enough episodes. There were only 8 episodes as opposed to 13, which was kind of crushing to me as I was watching it. I think the season-long storyline could have used a little bit more meat. It could have been amped up a little bit, but considering they had fewer episodes to work with, I think they did the best with what they had. But listen, we need more Workin Moms. Fittingly enough, I'm gonna give season 4 of Workin Moms a 4 out of 5. It's consistently great, brings back all of your favorite characters, and is still laugh out loud funny, which is exactly what you want from this show. What did you guys think of Workin Moms? Did you guys just discover it? Because I'm wondering who out there is looking at this show, taking a look at it and going, I think I might want to get into that. Thanks again for watching. Greatly appreciate it as always. Hit those comments, like this video, share it with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, do that because duh. That's it for this video, but I won't stop you from watching another.